Yeah.
How you doing, sir? Doing pretty good. It's nice to meet you.
All right. I got some pretty good questions for you today.
Excellent.
Glad you're applying for this position.
Of course.
So, what are some of your most prevalent productive skills?
As far as productivity goes, I'd say I'm consistent. I get my work done on the daily. I do what I have to do each day, sometimes for long periods of time. I think that just really comes in handy when it comes to a profession.
Wow, that is productive, I would say. Yeah, I like your drive. I think it's pretty good.
Appreciate it.
So, what would you consider to be your weaknesses?
If I had to pull some weaknesses, I could get distracted maybe, spend a little too much time on something that's not as important as other things that are in that moment, maybe.
Oh, do you have a history of attention deficit?
Not a history of attention deficit, just a lot on the mind maybe. If I'm doing architecture for hours and hours, I might get distracted by a video game, news article, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a pretty common weakness.
That's what I'm saying.
So, what types of work are you the most passionate about?
Like I just said, love architecture. I do it for hours a day, and I'll continue to do so for many years probably.
Wow, well, that is very cool
Mhm.
and very useful too.
Yes.
Give me an example of how you contributed when working in a group workplace setting.
Well, within architecture, you have to do a lot of group work as you work with engineers, interior designers, landscape architects. And so as projects come to happen, we have to organize these groups, and I take it upon myself to gather the people required for the job. So I take the leadership role, I gather everybody, and we put together our heads to make a nice project.
Yes, it seems like you do have some experience working in a team. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
So, would you say you manage your time efficiently? And how do you efficiently manage your time?
So it comes and goes, to be honest with you. Sometimes I can work 12 hours, pull an all-nighter and work from sun up to sundown. Other days, I could take a break every once in a while. But overall, I think I'd be categorized as well above average as far as work capacity.
Oh,
Yeah.
sounds like you have a pretty high work ethic.
Yeah, I'd like to say so.
What technology skills do you possess? And which workplace computer programs do you have experience using?
I have just been developing a couple. I used to not think that I was a computer guy, but in the architectural world, everything is becoming more and more tech savvy. I'm hardly writing anything. I'm usually working on Rhino, AutoCAD, SketchUp, Revit. These are some programs that I'm proficient in, and some I could get better at. We'll leave those out, but I like to think that I'm pretty proficient in anything I can get my hands on. But I don't down to it.
That's very good to know. And yeah, I know some of those.
Yeah.
That's very useful knowledge to have.
Yes, indeed.
Mm-hmm. So, tell me about a time where you functioned as a successful leader.
Yeah, like I've said, when it comes down to group projects, if nobody really takes that leadership role, it kind of gets foggy, muddy. So I just take it upon myself to be the first to jump on and say, because I think I'm good at organizing. I think that's one of the qualities that I admire most about myself. So I organize everybody. I get everybody ready to be the most efficient workers they can be.
That's very good. Yeah, you motivate everybody in there to get their stuff done by going first.
I like to think so, yes.
Well, I love that ethic. So, do you have experience in a management position? If so, who or what were you managing?
I've had a couple management positions. I was a head lifeguard for a while, managing many employees at a pool. Management could be many different scenarios. It really depends. I was never called a manager, but I managed many things throughout my day.
Well, that gives you a little bit of management experience.
Of course, yes.
Most definitely. So, what motivates you?
What really gives me drive, I think, is the people around me. I do it mostly for myself. I want to see myself succeed. It's something I have to do, not something I want to do. I need to succeed. So that's what drives me. My friends drive me. I want them to see me succeed. My family, I want them to see me succeed. And I want to be the best version of myself with no slack or regret.
Well, your drive is respectable,
Thank
and
you,
your
sir.
family and friend motivation is wholesome. How do you plan to achieve your career goals?
Hard work, like I was saying before. I put in hours every day, 7 days a week. I'm in there 6 to 12 hours every day, I'd say, on like an estimate. That's how you do it. You put in the hours, you get what you deserve when it comes to the manpower required. And architecture requires a lot of it. So I'm in the perfect profession to delve most of my time into that kind of thing so that I can be successful.
Yeah, you seem quite dedicated.
Yes, thank you.
Well, it was nice meeting you.
It was
I'm going to get
excellent
back to
meeting
you
you.
with my information. Thank you.